Okay, this is one of these unboxing videos. Recently bought some stuff from an auction which has been delivered via courier today. So I've opened the box, cut it down the sides with this knife, and basically let's have a look what's in it. So got that shit there. Take out more padding. Here we go, here's the babies. 1, 2, 3. They're the exciting bits. This is the not so exciting bit. It's a Batman. It's a Batman vinyl cape and mask. Got no idea what year that's from. One would have assumed it's modern. Not sure. Let's put that to one side. And we've also got this inside here is some kind of Batman keyring. I'll just be a minute. And here we go. Here's the contents of those other bits that were wrapped in cellophane. Starting with this fellow here, we're looking at a Marx Bump and Go Dalek from, I would suggest, the early 1970s. This was available in a red model and a yellow model. Clearly this is the red, a little bit sun faded. It's quite dirty. Positive news is it comes with its appendages, which is always a bonus with these things. Put them to one side. Underneath you can see the base. I hope you can see the base. You'll see that's really clean, so I'm hopeful by popping batteries in that this will do the job. Should be noted with these, when they were made the batteries were a little bit narrower, so when you pop batteries in here sometimes it's a case of cutting off the outer laminate that the battery manufacturers have put on. In the middle here we can see, again by Marx Toys, a friction drive Dalek without a very strong friction drive from, I'm assuming it's the 1960s. I don't know whether it's a problem with this, but it's definitely something in that these hemispheres look very much to me like they've been painted on by hand black. So if we look at the original colour schemes of this Dalek, they appear to be silver, and then when we look at the quality of that finish of the painting, it doesn't really look factory quality. These were re-released in the 1990s by Daypol. I'm fairly sure that's an original 60s one, and it comes complete with its eye that's snapped off, so that won't be a problem to reattach that, which is good. Finally, in this lot comes this fellow. I absolutely love some of these 60s when they've lost the original appendages and people make replacements. So Crumbs only knows what this is, but it's not original. That's not original, and the eye stalk is most certainly not original. This is really dirty, really dirty, and if you look at the bottom, we're missing a wheel, and oh, are we missing a wheel? I've just shaken it there and a wheel has dropped out, so which looks like a more modern wheel, but we'll see. I'm suspecting that one doesn't work. It looks pretty knackered. I'm sure that one will work, and I'm sure that one needs those things taken off. Not forgetting the Batman cape there. That's probably not a bad way to spend £38. So I'll come back a bit later and see whether these things are working. Here's an example of the batteries where I've basically cut off the laminate that surrounds them. Maybe you don't want to do it, but maybe you don't want to get these stuck in the tube that these batteries sit in. So I'm just going to press stop for a minute on this and place the batteries. I think we'll go for the red first and see if he works. What do we think? Okay, I've put the batteries back in here. I'm glad I took the laminate off the outside because I don't think they'd have fitted in otherwise. It was a bit gluey. So that's one positive thing. So there we go. Now for the moment of truth. I have tested those batteries, by the way, so I know. Oh, look. Amazing. 40 years. The bulb works in his head, as you can see that. The famous bump and go action works too. Having a good go there. Come on, turn, 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 turn. So that's one stroke of luck. Come back. Right, okay, that's that one done. Let's try the black one. I think that one won't work as well. So here's Mr. again with his, I've put his homemade limbs back in. I'll press the switch and see if he works. No chance. Dead as a stick. These can normally be a couple of things. A lot of it depends on that connector. That could be rusty, so your electricity, your negative comes out of there, along that, through that into the switch. So that could be at fault here. There could be any manner of stuff inside him. He's absolutely filthy. So that begs the question, do I do a video? Yes. To get into him, I'll take these things off, they can go in the bin in a minute. To get into this Dalek, you just need to remove those two screws there, and then the top housing just lifts straight. Left the batteries in place. Oh, that's interesting. On goes the light, but there's no motor, so we'll still take him to bits. Motor even trying. Nope, that wheel's gone again. Okay, let's go. Let's just take him to bits. Okay, here we are inside him. He's absolutely filthy dirty in here. So yeah, let's just turn this switch again, because that light was oh, is it going up? He's moving, he's not very healthy. You can see all the rust in there, and that wheel spinning on the bottom. Amazing to think that bulb still works, but awesome stuff. So these things work. You basically put your battery in there, your positive goes through into that bulb, your negative goes along the base, touches that spring in here, which you'll see if you open that. That's your negative connection. That's made by putting that connector on. It goes through into that metal stud, just, you can see, into that metal stud just there. The switch is simply this piece here, riveted through the plastic, so when you turn him on, it makes good connection to that motor. The reason that flashes is to do with see if you can see it in there. That gear system that turns that lopsided wheel that makes a sporadic movement on that. This thing's actually working really well now. I'm delighted with. So yeah, that's basically that. I'll give it a little bit of a clean down, and then I've cleaned this up as best I can, basically using vinegar, Brasso, and anything else that'll attack that rust. Whilst not perfect, it probably does demonstrate how old it is. I've also taken some time to grease the moving part. Ordinarily I would use oil, but I've put some proper grease on this, so, and the speed at which that's moving now is awesome. So if I turn him on, you'll see that he's absolutely back to a really good state, and the bulb's going 10 to the dozen. That's really got some power in it now. It's all moving well. The motor's going, it's doing its thing, so good stuff. And here we are back to where we started from. He's working brilliantly. There he is. I've just given him a little polish. You can see he's got some wear and tear, some glue residue left on it, and the paint around the side is largely worn. But all I need to do now is get some replacement arms for him, and we'll have a really good Marx Dalek left. Might do another video trying to get that black paint off that friction drive, but as it stands, that's this one done. Okay, there is him complete with some really poor reproduction arms, etc. that I did many moons ago. This fella is another Dalek. He's a bit dusty now, who I picked up in an auction in similar condition to this. That one I had to repaint that on, but you can see they look great when they're together, don't they? What an amazing toy that was. And by the way, both these work, so that's really good.